Confidence was the principal issue here.
It was a very, very good technology. It was looking like it was going to make antibodies, and it probably would have worked very well as a vaccine.
But it would have been hard to convince the public it was safe.
It's certainly a tough day for the team to get this news.
Especially seeing the very positive data come out of the trial.
It's a very sad time, but also we're very proud of what we have achieved.
Yeah, HIV positive data. Let's get this. Shalom. All praises to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi. Double honors to the elders in Israel that rule well. Peace to the elect house of David. So you saw that. It was basically saying that the max confidence would go down if they didn't discontinue this. And they couldn't convince the public that they would be okay. As the narrative goes, there's been some fake positives in terms of HIV results. And I might let it run for a little bit. Maybe I got a bit hasty. But here's the word convince. What number is that? A 5. So that'd be 15/20s. To overcome an argument. From Latin, convincere, to overcome decisively. From assimilated form of com. Here probably an extensive prefix com. And vincer, to conquer. From nasalized form of PIE, weak. I don't know how you pronounce that, but it says to fight, conquer, to firmly persuade or satisfy by argument or evidence, to conquer. Let's find the word. Economy. Clan. I'm not sure where they're going with that. Let's get this. What are they on about? Weak. Clan. Clan. I don't see how fight is clan. But anyway, apparently that goes into that. Let's play this video a bit more.
Very positive data come out of the trial.
It's a very sad time, but also we're very proud of what we have achieved.
Trial participants didn't know if they were taking the vaccine or a placebo.
It's just such a terrible shame that it is ending this way, but I would do it again in a heartbeat. I have no concerns about recording a false positive.
Heather Shearer says researchers were very upfront about any risk.
I knew that they were using a modified part of the HIV virus, but the actual possibility of getting HIV was impossible.
The UK...
Allegedly. So, a modified part of a virus, and then jab it in you, as I said in the last thing, but I think it's a good point. If Haiti, any so-called peoples of colour were to carry out a practice such as this, you'd condemn it as evil, wicked. They don't really know what they're doing. They haven't got the science on their side. They just sort of freestyle. It's superstition. That's pharmakia, man. Pharmakia. So this is the word for a sorcerer.
Strong's G 5332. Pharmakus.
So pharmakus is someone that practices pharmakia.
Strong's G 5331. Pharmakia.
So it's the use or the administering of drugs, poisoning, sorcery, magical arts, often found in connection with idolatry, and fostered by it. Metaph, the deceptions and seductions of idolatry. Let's get Malachi the 3rd. Malachi chapter 3, we'll start verse 1. Behold, I will send my messenger, and he shall prepare the way before me, and the Lord whom ye seek shall suddenly come to his temple, even the messenger of the covenant, whom ye delight in. Behold, he shall come, saith Yahawah bahasham, Yahawashi of hosts. But who may abide the day of his coming? And who shall stand when he appeareth? For he is like a refiner's fire, and like fuller's soap. And he shall sit as a refiner and purifier of silver, and he shall purify the sons of Levi, and purge them as gold and silver, that they may offer unto the Lord Yahawah bahasham, Yahawashi an offering in righteousness. Then shall the offering of Judah and Jerusalem be pleasant unto the Lord Yahawah bahasham, Yahawashi, as in the days of old, and as in the former years. And I'll come near to you to judgment, and I'll be a swift witness against the sorcerers, against the adulterers, against false swearers, and against those that oppress the hireling in his wages, the widow and the fatherless, and that turn aside the stranger from his right, and fear not me, saith Yahawah bahasham, Yahawashi of hosts. For I, I'm Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi. I change not, therefore ye sons of Jacob are not consumed. And this word sorcery, let's get this as also, is as well, and also. So it's kashap.
Strong's H 3784. Kashaf.
How I said it is correct. He didn't know what was going on. To practice witchcraft or sorcery, use witchcraft. Sorcerer, sorceress. Exodus 7:11. Then Pharaoh also called the wise men and the sorcerers, now the magicians of Egypt. They also did in like manner with their enchantments. And that was on the left hand. But Moses was able to perform greater miracles with the right hand power. Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi. That should strengthen your faith. If you know that all this is coming off the left hand, the Pharmakia, the Esau the Edomism, then what about the Jacobism? What about the right hand? And really tapping into that power. Exodus 22:18, thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. Deuteronomy 18:10, there shall not be found among you anyone that make his son or daughter to pass through the fire, or that useth divination, or an observer of times, or an enchanter, or a witch. Let's get these words. So this is sorcery, according to etymonline.com, from the 1300, meaning the year 1300. Witchcraft, magic, enchantment, act or instance of sorcery, supernatural state of affairs, seemingly magical works, from Old French sorcery, from sorcière, sorcerer, wizard, from medieval Latin, sortiare, sorcererius, teller of fortunes by lot, sorcerer, literally, one who influences fate or fortune, from source, lot, fate, fortune. So how do you influence fate or fortune in this time? You could have a medicine that has taken certain bits out, put certain bits in, put it in the damn modern cauldron and given it to you. And that is going to change the fate and fortune of humanity by giving you immunity or whatever. But look at this. It actually shows up as they say a fake positive. How do you know it's fake positive? Because you're trusting in their science. You're trusting in the princes. One who influences fate or fortune. That stood out to me. So they're going to try and influence. First they're going to influence your thought, your device. And then they're going to influence or seem to influence the fate and fortune of humanity by pushing this out. This is sorcery. Not by definition, sorcery. Here, chapter 30. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin, that walk to go down into Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. We've got Psalm, I think it's 146. I'm actually not sure. Oh yeah, there we are. Psalm 146 and 3 through 5. Put not your trust in princes, nor in the Son of Man, in whom there is no help. His bread goeth forth, he returneth to earth. In that very day his thoughts perish. Happy is he that hath God. Happy is he that hath the God of Jacob for his help, whose hope is in the Lord, Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, his God. You've also got Psalm 118. So we are promoting the use of herbs, the use of prayer. We are rejecting Esau Edom's witchcraft, sorcery, and max. That's what we're pushing. Take the video down if you want YouTube, because they've got a new thing that they push out that if you're promoting other alternative forms of medicine, you get a strike for medical misinformation. Well, the word's going to go out. I've said very obvious stuff, and you've still not taken anything down yet. But I know it's just because there's not much of a following. But I've seen people just whisper a thing that's in code still, and still get strikes for it, man. So I know you're coming down with great wrath. Do what you have to do. We'll do what we have to do. Psalm 118, 8 and 9. It's better to trust in Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, than to put confidence in man. It's better to trust in Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, than to put confidence in princes. So take from that what you will. Shalom. Peace to the elect house of David. Double honours to the elders in Israel that rule well. All praises to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi.
Search with no regrets.
They've been working night and day. I mean, they have been making the ultimate sacrifice.